murders, but he was never charged. There was no physical evidence linking him to any of the crimes. But he did live right near Kimball and the Whaleys.
So he wasn't in this mental hospital at the time of the murders?
Correct.
Okay.
So he would work at local farms and the steel plant near the railroads. He moved out of Linden shortly after the Whaleys were murdered. So, while there's no evidence concluding that Michael is the killer, he did hold grudges against Kimball and the Whaleys. Kimball had actually turned him in for making hard cider out of his backyard.
I wouldn't have.
I would be like, hey, if you're sharing, mom's the word.
Yeah.
We'd probably make really good hard cider, actually.
It's delicious.
It is really good.
Anyway.
So, he was doing this during Prohibition, and as we know, she was not a fan of alcohol. So, look, we wouldn't be friends with her.
No.
I would wave and be nice and smile.
Yeah, be nice to people. But
right.
We really wouldn't have much in common.
No. Oh, well.
That's okay. You can't be friends with everybody.
Right. You just gotta be polite. So, she also witnessed him beating his horse to the point where with a piece of wood that the horse's eye popped out.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm. And others actually would comment on his violent streaks. So, he was a person of interest in a 1923 arson case where several witnesses saw him leaving the scene shortly before the blaze was noticed.
Yeah, my money's on him.
Me too. So, and he was also overheard threatening that he was going to kill the Whaleys, Kimball, and the Morrises because they had pissed him off, and he didn't care if it took 10 to 15 years. So, I mean, it wasn't exactly
a whodunit. This sounds like he did it.
Right? So, again, there's been a lot of research, and it seems to kind of point his way, but you know, it's still alleged because he's dead. We can't interview him. We don't have fingerprints or anything like that. And back in that time, police work was totally different than it is now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, that was the story of the Linden murders. And to this day, they're still technically not solved. So that is the Linden murders.
Yeah, I think Michael did it.
Me too.
Sounded like he was a bitter baddie.
Yeah. Listen, if I'm making any kind of booze, just don't tattle on me. What was she was probably doing some shady shit too.
Is it bad of me when I got more worked up when I heard about him beating his horse than killing people?
No, I feel that way all the time.
I just can't abide by that.
There was a show on Netflix. It was called Don't Fuck with Cat People. And this guy did a really horrible thing and videotaped. I couldn't even watch it. I could, like even now, it's, like, making me nauseous. But he did this horrible thing. And then all of these cat people, because he did it to two little kittens, they found his ass. And he's fucking in jail. So don't fuck with cat people.
No, and don't do that.
Don't be mean to animals.
Frank, when he first started working for the sheriff's department, he got called and arrested the guy for throwing a kitten up against a van and killing it. And he arrested him. But why? I mean, really, why would you do that? They're animals.
And they didn't do anything to you. That's like when people say that I am too into my cats or like I spend way too much money on them. It's like they didn't ask to be my pets. But I'm going to take care of them the way they need to be taken care of.
That's how we are.
Right. They're my little
They're your children.
As does tell people that they're her brothers. So people often think I have 3 children.
Listen, I tell Lauren, don't forget to say goodbye to your brothers before you go to work. But anyway. Well, that was interesting, Kelly. There were some fucked up people even back then.
I know. Sometimes I like the old cases because I'm like...
They were just more brutal sometimes than they are now. It's like, Why can't people just be nice?
And or it could have even been like well, it was likely somebody that lived there, but there was the railroad.
They could have been like a hobo.
Right.
One of those guys that carried the stick with the bag on the back of it.
And maybe that bag was the big rock.
Could be.
Oh, actually, no, he left it at the one crime scene.
Plus, there was gray hair on it, so it couldn't have been still in the...
That's true.
Okay, we're overthinking it.
All right. Until next time. Bye.